Well, hey everyone, we're back again. We're at it. We're at it. Let's see if we're going to get anybody in here tonight. We had a few last week. Hopefully, we'll have a little more tonight. Some weeks we have a lot, some weeks we don't have hardly any. Jerry, I forgot about your live. Sorry about that. Hey, Jovita, how are you? Yeah, we've just been piddling around here. Joey and I watched a movie that we'd seen before, but you know how that goes anyway. Oh, hey, Jerry. Yeah, sorry about that. I'll go back and check it out later. I've been trying to catch up on my videos, but I'm way behind, guys. Way behind still. Oh, let's see. So, how are things with you guys? Are you guys ready for the holidays? Hey, Des, there you go. Yeah, interesting live you guys had. Hope you had a good birthday, Des. And got to, let me write myself a note right now. I forgot to put Javita's card in the mail again. So we'd get to her on time because she's got a birthday coming up. Wow, you just went over 30,000. That's fantastic, Jerry. I am so proud of you guys. Amazing. Wow, really, congratulations. Well, I'm at 1850 something, so I'm excited, guys. I'm excited. Yeah, there's Wheat. Hey, Wheat, how are you? And there's Judy Moore Collins. Judy May Collins, excuse me. Have my glasses on tonight. Glad to have you. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, we've been working around here. Got that little boy goat you guys have seen. Oh, you're fine. You're fine. Oh, yeah, yeah. Good to see you, hon. Yep, I know exactly what you mean. Mine's the same way. But I'm really excited. I'm really excited about the 1,800 plus subscribers that I've got. Can't believe it. It's just popping up there so quick, guys. So quick. Yes. So, guys, I just wanted to come on and officially it's tomorrow. Okay, I knew it was. We had the kind of get together on your live on Friday night, though. Des, sorry about that. Oh, how sweet. Okay, well, happy birthday for tomorrow, then, Des. Hope you have a good one tomorrow. Also, there's Musgrove. Is that right? Musgrave Farms, Family Farm. Hello, hello. Good to see you guys. Yeah, we've been fiddling around here. Got that little fella. I didn't have very many people respond giving me names, but I have 3 in mind. One of them is Booger, the name that we've already been calling him because he's black and he just disappears out there in the shadows. So he's like he just bounces out at you, scares you to death. And then I'm trying to look at comments too, guys. Anyway, and the other one is Sinatra, after old Blue Eyes himself. And the other one is Frank. And dang, I can't remember the other name, but obviously it wasn't anything that really popped out there for me. But so far, we're kind of leaning toward Frank. He looks kind of like a Frank. You know, he thinks he's a ladies' man. He has that strut to him now. There's Darian. Hey, Darian, how are you doing? Glad to have you in here. Yeah, we've been trying to get him to be a little more friendly, and he has gotten to where he will take a treat out of my hand if I'm on the outside of the fence. If I'm in the fence with him, he will not. So we'll see. But he's getting better and better about coming around when the other girls, when Sarah and Nutbush are there. And so they're just cute as they can be. And they're just so happy to be around. We're so excited about little baby goats, guys. Expecting some about the end of March or the first week of April. So excited. Hope they all get here before the YouTube meetup start. I understand Tin Killer has already posted their when their meetup is going to be sometime in April. What was it, second or third weekend of April? Anyway, that sounded exciting. I've got to get on the list and try my best to get some more lined up for this next year. I want to try to get some around here, down around in Alabama and over into Florida also. So, meet some more people, more YouTubers, and get some more ideas. Oh, and guys, I am finally monetized. Yay! Got everything done. I have not turned in my banking thing yet because I want to put it all on a separate banking account just in case, but people like Country Road Cure and different ones have been hacked and all. I just hate for my banking information to get out there. So, went to the bank today, and it was a darn holiday. I forgot all about it when I got up and went to bank this morning that it was a holiday. So all you veterans out there, thank you so much for your service. All the ones from the past also, and the future veterans coming up. If it weren't for you guys and ladies, I don't know what we would do out there. Hello, Joe. Good to see you. And anyway, so we've been working on that, guys. And but just just stuff in general, just so excited though, guys. But I wanted to come on here tonight and see what kind of plans you guys have for the upcoming holidays for Thanksgiving and Christmas. Yeah, I am so excited. I waited now. I've been had everything done for about 8 weeks and just was not hearing anything or from them. And so finally I went in and I was talking to Mama B, and she told me, she says, well, if you've not set up the the AdSense and all that, she says, they're not going to monetize you. And I said, well, because I went in and said, that I wanted that, but I had not filled out any of the official information. And so doggone, I did that. And like 2 days later, they popped up and monetized me. So I guess it was all me they were waiting on. Yeah, Havita's got a birthday coming up real quick, guys. Like this coming week. Oh, yeah. Anyway. Anyway, I was trying to check comments and watch what's going on and talk to you guys too. And my brain's very short. I'm not gonna lie about it. I just don't have a real good one there. Not talking bad about it, just speaking the truth. Anyway. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear about Jared's dad having the cancer again coming back, but hope everything goes as well as can be expected in that case. My daughter's boyfriend just found out he has congestive heart failure. He's only 45 years old. Can you imagine? Young, slim, in good health, just goes and does all the time. Just got to where he couldn't lay down or couldn't lean back. It felt like he couldn't breathe at night. Started going to the doctor, trying to figure out what was wrong. Turned out he's got congestive heart failure. It's a terrible thing. Well, anyway, watching other people's comments rolling in. Guys, I've got a video that I'm going to be putting out this next week. I hate to start on y'all so early in the season with my Christmas ideas, but I've got a video of a table topper that I've made up. I'll give y'all a quick peek at it. Let me see if I can get it over here. Got it the wrong way, don't I? Anyway, and all parts from the Dollar General, guys, except for the little balls, and I actually got them at the, not Dollar General, Dollar Tree, except for the little bulbs, the little balls, and they actually came from the Dollar General right up the street here. For some reason, I just happened to be in there picking up some little cans of dog food that poor old Josie will eat, and saw that. So we'll be putting that out later in the week. I was hoping that I could hold off on my Christmas things until after Thanksgiving, but I just hadn't been out there doing a whole lot. So I said, well, I'm going to go ahead and post it, guys. So I won't be the first one putting out videos already with Christmas. Hey, they are already playing Christmas songs on the radio around here. I couldn't believe it. Oh, yeah, it's just unreal. Here it is, November. Can y'all imagine? And practically the middle of November already. It's just unreal. It's just shocking to me how fast this year has just flown by. I guess I've actually had more to do this year with the YouTube and all, but I'm really excited about it. I'm going to go tomorrow and go ahead and open up my bank account for the YouTube stuff, and the money will go into it. That way it'll be easier for me to do my breast cancer awareness and research donations out of that money. So it'll be a set amount going in there every month or whenever I donate. And I'll know exactly what's in there, and I'll have to look, you know, through everything on my regular banking account. Anyway, to be pulling my 12 totes of Christmas. 12 days of Christmas. Oh, Lordy girl, 12 totes. I probably got that much up in the attic, guys. I have got probably, I know I've got 2 big Christmas trees. I've got 2 smaller Christmas trees. And then I've got all kinds of, got reindeer and, you know, those old-timey yellow candles that people put out years ago. I've got 2 of those, the antique candles. Got a reindeer and Santa, and the 2 reindeer or 3 reindeer. I can't remember now how many it is. And Santa and a sleigh up there. I just got stuff I need to go through and get rid of. You know, it's just ridiculous. I got so much stuff up there that I don't even get it out anymore. In fact, the last few years, I've just been putting up a little 4-foot tree instead of putting up a decent sized tree. But this year, since the kids are all going to be here at Christmas time, I'm planning on getting out my big tree and actually decorating. And Joey made me a wreath that is 8 foot round. And so it is huge round. And we decorated it and lit it up. He made it out of iron, rolled it in the machine shop and all that. So we turned out, it is really cute. I'll have to post a picture of it sometime and let y'all see it before then. Anyway, so I'm excited about that. Get that out there. And we're deciding on what we're going to do about the carport or garage or whatever we're going to do. I think it's just going to be a carport. And as far as I'm concerned, it could be just one of those little metal ones that you pull your car through, and you can pull it out the other side or back it out or however you want to do it. So I don't know what we're going to do yet as far as that goes. You know, we've had ideas of how to actually fasten it to the house and all. But and Darian, yes, I do plan on going to Helen. In fact, Joey and I were just talking about it tonight. I would like to go up and see the leaves right now. But if it's as dry up there as it is here, all the leaves are falling off the trees so quick that, you know, we haven't had rain here where I live in about 45 days now. They had a little dab in Atlanta, but it wasn't measurable. We got sprinkles here, but it wasn't even enough to wet the ground, so it wasn't measurable. So I wished, you know, and hoped, and we've had kind of cloudy days the last 3 or 4 days. It's been kind of cloudy off and on. But no, I don't hang that wreath on the barn. I do have a barn, but I put it on in front of my house. I have the railings that come in like this, and then I don't have the railing where I could close it and open it. So I just put it right there in that center, right there above the steps that come up to the front porch, and it looks really cute, Joe. And so I'm hoping that that will look good this year. I'm going to put it up, put all my decorations on the mantle and around the railings, and put up my big tree. So this may be my last year for all that. I may take it down and send it on to, Goodwill or Salvation Army or something after this. I don't know. But yeah, the fishing here is, it's been pretty doggone good, but I don't know about since the temperature dropped. It should be a little bit better because when it's so hot, all the deep, so you can't catch them if you're just fishing off the shore. Of course, now next year I'm going to get me a fishing license, and I'm going to do some more fishing off the kayak. This year I didn't have a license. Plus, I don't know if you guys know, but West Atlanta used to have supposedly accidental spills where all their sewage would dump, thousands and thousands of gallons would dump down the Chattahoochee, and the water here in West Point Lake was not very good. But now the water here is testing perfect. Of course, right now it's extremely low, guys, extremely low. I'm going to be going over and picking up some shells and things on the lake here in a few days, and so y'all will be seeing that. And seeing how low that the lake really is. It's just unbelievable. It's all the people that have boat docks and things on there are kind of upset because they can't. Their boat docks aren't even in water unless they're on the main river water course. The ones that's just on the lake just are out of luck. But that's okay. That's okay. Work has to be done on the dam, and you have to let the water down to do it, guys. Have to let the water down to do it. Now, we've been thinking about it. How would you guys feel if someone gave you like a red velvet cake or a German chocolate cake or something like that for Christmas? Would you consider that a Christmas gift or an insult? Because I am thinking about making red velvet cakes for my extended family. Of course, I'll have, lots of desserts here because I'm a junk addict. And so hopefully they will do here. Yeah, there are a lot of they have a lot of people that fish West Point Lake. We have a lot of fishing contests out here on the lake too, Darren. And a lot of people are big bass fishermen. They have huge bass. We used to camp over right on the lake before they, monopolized it so big when Tanya was just a tiny baby. And of course, that was 45 years ago. But yeah, we used to go over there and camp. Her dad and I did. And early in the mornings, you could hear the flopping, and it would be the big fish. And this was in early spring. And the big fish would be rolled up there right in the shallows, in the weeds, laying eggs. So it was pretty cool. You could go out there and just about stick your hands in the water and catch them if you were thrifty enough to grab one like that. I know you could have dipped them out with a dip net, and they were huge bass, like 10-pound or so. They were like 15, 16 inches long. They were big old bass that would roll up there. Can't do chocolate anymore. Too many kidney stones. Oh, dang. That's too bad. Didn't know chocolate affected kidney stones. They haven't told me that so far. Huh. I'll have to think about that, guys. But, yeah, these people do the noodling up here. And I've never noodled. Y'all know what I'm talking about, noodling? When they actually dive down in the water and stick their hands up in holes and get them big old catfish to swallow their arms, and they come out with them. Not me. I'm liable to stick my hand up in there and a big old water moccasin can be in there. I'm not that brave, guys. Not that brave. But it is fun to watch them people do it. And, be some little old bitty girls out there doing it too. You're talking about redneck girls. Woo! But some of them are cute as they can be. Hey, there's Old Man King, Homestead. Peter, how are you, Peter? Good to see you. Oh, okay. We've got another birthday coming up in November on the 25th. Wow, right there on the holiday, huh? Yeah, we've been just discussing holidays and things. Let's see. I don't have a air fryer, guys, but I'm thinking about getting me an air fryer and making some fried apple pies with them so that they won't be as oily as regular fried apple pies. You know how, I don't know if you guys make them. My grandmother used to make the fried apple pies out of the dried apples that she would do every year. And man, those suckers were so good, but they would be really, really soggy and greasy. And I ate one, oh, here a while back in September, and it was so good. And you could tell that it had been done in like an air fryer. And it was, I mean, it was huge. And so I'm going to see if an air may just do one in the air fryer from somebody else and see how it works. And if it turns out good, I may get me an air fryer just for that, for holidays and things like this, guys. How many of y'all are going out of town for the holidays? Thanksgiving or Christmas? Uh, I'm not going to be going out of town, I don't think, for either one. We have my daughter and her kids were going to be coming, and now they're not going to come. They were thinking about doing the family get together there in Florida, but then they decided not to do that too. So they're just going to hang out well, they're actually living in the camper now, guys. That has to be an experience. Three grown boys, them, and then the little girl all in a camper because their house is gone. You know, they've done moved their furniture and all that. Oh, they turn out good in an air fryer. Okay. Well, I've never tried it, and I don't have one, but I've had people tell me that they do really good in there. And I think the crust would be fluffier and not as soggy, you know, like the old-timey fried apple pies used to be. But man, doggone, they were good back then, y'all. I don't care what nobody says, they were good. Yeah, so we're not going to do anything for Thanksgiving this year. But now Christmas, all the kids, everybody's going to be here. Des says that her father called her today, and they are coming up from St. Petersburg, and her uncle from St. Croix at her cousin's house. I just wanted it to me, my kids and I, and three of us hate nighttime. I know that feeling. Nighttime driving is tough, especially if you've ever had any kind of eye surgery, and I have. So you really have and if you have any, what are the cataracts or anything like that, you tend to get the glares or the starburst from the lights. Mine aren't as bad as Joey's, but still, I don't like driving at night anymore, especially on these roads that are so black looking that you can't even see the lines on them. It's just unreal. I've not made a fried sweet potato pie, but that does sound good, guys. Not even pulled what few sweet potatoes we have out there this year. They're growed up in weeds, so I don't even know if we had any sweet potatoes. I am going to get out there and look. I was hoping we could get a little bit of rain to loosen that ground up because it's hard as a brick out there. I think you could bake that stuff, and it's about half baked now, and make bricks out of it. Deb says she gets nighttime blindness. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. It's just everything glares so bad for me that, you know, and the other cars coming at you seem to glare more than they used to. It's hard to determine where they are if you're not on a bypass or, you know, 2-lane or 4-lane roads and all. So I just don't like driving at night. And the deer here are so bad, guys. They just pop out on you from everywhere. So when I am driving, I have my lights on bright. Unless I'm right there at somebody, I'll dim them. And just as soon as they go by, I put them suckers right back on light. And I've got them shining to where I can really see the sides of the road, because here in Georgia, boy, they'll jump out on you in a minute. Yeah, we've got 4 or 5 that are coming up into the bottom paddock out here now and eating grass. And so anyway, I've got to start putting my sheep and the little goats up at night, because not necessarily up, but locking them in the front pasture, because the the season is getting cooler weather, and before long, the darn coyotes will be out in force. I've not heard them around here lately, but we hear them a lot of times. Oh, really? Des says she says some anti-glare glasses for nighttime driving that she puts over her regular glasses, and they help a tiny bit. Yeah, the white light headlights are killers. That's true. And all these the new lights, these LEDs that they've got on their cars now are so much brighter than they used to be. Oh, you first time you ever hit one was this year in May. Oh, wow. So did it kill the deer, or did it just mess up your vehicle? Because most of the times they mess up the vehicle and then they hop up and take off. Yeah, the around here I hit one, and I was out there picking it up and putting it in, trying to get it up on the back of the truck, and these folks stopped and they said, "What are you doing?" And I said, "Well, I hit this deer." And I said, "I'm not going to leave it here. If he's not edible, feed him to the animals." The neighborhood dogs will take it over to the park or something, because there's no point in letting it just sit there and rot. Something's going to eat it. So, yeah. Hurt the deer and messed up the vehicle. Yep. I know exactly. Yep. So they laugh at me, and the kids all laugh at me. They said, "Mama, how do you get out there and do that?" Well, dang, girls, when I was a kid, you did that. If you wanted to eat, you got out there and hunted, and you got out and done a lot of things that you didn't go to the grocery store back then like you do now. So it doesn't bother me at all to dress a deer or whatever, field dress it or completely do it. I think if we do another deer this year, I'm gonna grind it all up into ground beef though, because I just use it a whole lot better. I did get one of my friends that I let hunt over here on my property. He got a 10-point buck, and he was a huge 10-pointer. And he took him and had him processed and brought all the meat over here to me from it, because he had saved the head. And so he had it done up in summer sausage, ground beef or ground deer, and also into cubed. And it was real good. It really was. The meat was delicious. Didn't have any kind of a tangy taste to it. Some people say that it's according to what time of year and blah, 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 when you can do it. And nowadays, I know up north or further up north than here, they're having to check them. But so far, we don't have that wasting disease or whatever, the cuckoo stuff going on, with a deer here. But still, it's a good idea to have them checked, guys. It sure is. Oh, Joe. A lot of times here, if you do hit a deer, and if you call the county and they come out, they will get it up and take it over to the Wildlife Refuge Center here. We have it's kind of like a zoo you drive through type of thing. And they have lions and tigers, and they have a little bit of everything, giraffes and all that kind of stuff. So they will take the deer carcasses over and, the whole things, and give them to the lions, and tigers and stuff. So that's interesting. At least it doesn't go to waste, sit there, and I hate to drive by and see it just laying there decomposing on the road after it swells up. It's a terrible thing. Anyway, we'll get off of that subject. But come Christmas time, we're going to have everybody here, and I have not decided yet how much cooking I'm going to do. My daughter-in-law told me that we'll just, if we want to, we'll go over and do Christmas at her house. And I thought, well, that's a good idea, because their house is more open concept, where mine is, this is an old house, and it just has rooms and then rooms. You go from one room to another room to another room down a little narrow hall. Anyway, it's probably a 3.5 foot wide hall there in the middle. But it's it's not open as far as, and so by the time you get all of Brandy's family and all of Tanya's family, and then their friends and boyfriends, and then my Jeremy and his family, and everybody in here, and they all want to stand around in the kitchen while you're doing your last minute stuff. I swoo, no, it don't work out good. But now I love to do Christmas treats, cakes and cookies and pies and stuff like that. So I'm looking forward to doing some good desserts come Christmas time. What kind of desserts do you guys tend to have at Christmas time? Like I say, I'm thinking of making red velvet cakes for everybody because I got all the pecan pies, and then I usually make those little small pecan pies that are just like one serving, one slice, pecan pies, and everybody loves those things. So I'll make them up. Oh, it was only hobbling along. Oh, Joe says he loves lemon pies. Well, I got the lemon meringue. I can make the lemon meringue because I have the Meyer lemons, and they make excellent lemon pies. They make really good lemon pies. So I may make a lemon pie this year. I hadn't thought about that. I usually, if we don't use all the lemons that I get up off my trees, I will just go ahead and squeeze all the juice out and then freeze it. That way I can use it during the year to do, lemonade or whatever I want to do. But now the Meyer lemons are a better tasting lemon. They're bitter, but they're not nearly as bitter. They're a milder tasting lemon than the lemons back in there. And Miss Smith apple pie and pumpkin pie is our go-to. Oh yeah, I know Miss Smith. She's a good old baker, ain't she? Banana cream pies. Do y'all remember back in the day? This will tell you how old I am. They used to have these lemon cream pies, lemon meringues, and they had a banana cream and they had chocolate something or another. And they weren't but about $3, and you could buy them. I think they were called Pet. I'm not sure. But you could buy them at the grocery store. Man, we used to get those things all the time. And they were so good. And you can't even find them now. But if you do find one by that company, they're not that price anymore. Believe me, they're way up there. Anyway. But now Joey loves banana pudding. And I've not made a good banana pudding in quite a while. But he says it's got to have lots of vanilla wafers and a whole bunch. He wants a banana in every bite, he says. You go out to eat at these restaurants and they have the buffets, and you get a lot of that Jello banana pudding stuff, but it's not the real banana pudding like your mama used to make or your grandmama used to make. So yeah, that's exactly right. So and then there's a lot of that, but there's not a whole lot of vanilla wafers or bananas in there. We went and ate. He loves baked fish. I'm not a big baked fish eater, but he loves baked fish. So when we went to town today and the banks and all were closed, so we went on to the valley and ate at a little place called Sonny's down there, and they have a buffet and they serve fish on Mondays, baked fish on Mondays. And so we went there and ate, and they have other things, of course, so I was able to eat other things. But so we went there today and ate. And we were laughing about it because he went and got him some banana pudding that they had on there. And he says, look, it's a prize. It was actually a slice of banana in his pudding that he got. I couldn't help but crack up, guys. Couldn't help but crack up. Yeah. Other than that, last year I made some like 7-layer cookies and pies, like you put them and pack them down and bake them, and the chocolate melts and the coconut and the different layers of everything are in there. And so I may make those again, but they are so darn fattening, and they're good. I can't stand it because I'll gain 5 pounds just from the holiday if I go to cooking up too many desserts, guys. Too many desserts. But yeah, we've been trying to get a lot of stuff around here done. Been getting up my list of things that I'll need to do my main cooking that I'll do. And I don't think I'm going to do a turkey this year. I think we're going to do a green ham. I don't know if you guys know what a green ham is. A ham that has not been smoked or anything. It's just a fresh ham. And I like that fresh ham taste. And so I think we'll do a fresh ham. And we may have something, some other little something, some chicken or something to go with some dressing. But I really don't think I'm going to do a big old turkey not for Thanksgiving anyway. Yeah. Wait says I need hush. She's getting hungry, y'all. Yep. Oh, Lordy girl. Oh, the video of her little tiny house has got 110,000 views now, guys. It's just amazing to me how many are on there. It's unreal. It just freaks us out all the time talking about it. But yeah, I've got this video coming up with a little Christmas decoration, tabletop decoration. And then I've got some little ornaments that I'm making out of some cedar wood slices that I've cut. So you guys have got that coming up. And then you've got one of me at the lake. That'll be coming up pretty quick. Well, not at the lake, but I'm on the shore looking for shells and, odd little pieces of wood and things just for crafts or whatever. And so that will be coming up. And hopefully this next week, I will be going over to the Alabama Gold Camp and camping just for a getaway, and haven't done it in a while. And I was looking today on Facebook Marketplace and actually saw a camper on there. My husband does not like this new camp. He likes the camper just fine, but it does not have double axles underneath it. He wants me to get one with a double axles. So he says, even if I have to sell that one at a loss, that I will be better off in case I were to have a flat tire and I'm off somewhere and it's at night or something and I can't, get out and change it or whatever, that I would be better off to have something like that, because I could put a wedge under it and grip it on into the next exit or something. Where if the single axle camper that I have now were to go, it'll probably tear up the little fender wells around the axles and all that kind of stuff. And so he's just been stressing about that for a while. And I saw one on Facebook Market that sounded really interesting and sent them a text, but have not heard back from them. So it may be already gone already. It was actually at a camper place. Looked good in the pictures, but you know how that goes. The pictures can be very deceiving. And it was at a good place. The double axle saved y'all on your last trip. Boy, y'all, Wheat and her family went to Florida. And when they came back home, they were out in the boonies in the middle of nowhere and started having flat tires. And it was like they blew a tire every 10 miles or so. Bless her heart. They had a heck of a night trying to get in with their animals and get into their home. So I know that they got new tires since then, I'll bet. And see, that's very interesting. It is scary though, especially for a woman to be out by herself. I know when I ran out of gas coming back from the Missouri and the Arkansas meetups this past year, which I've never done that, pulling the camper, never run out of gas. And I knew I was low on gas and I kept trying to get to an exit. There just weren't any exits, and I driving, and it was like almost 100-mile stretch there with no gas, So I went, it was just below a quarter of a tank, and I said, well, I'll stop on up the road here. Well, on up the road, and on up the road, and on up the road, and I pulled off at several exits. It said there was gas, but there was nothing there, So I guess the place had just a little town that just closed down. I was coming back kind of back roads, so that's another thing. I need to stay on the main roads. It was just a lot shorter coming back that way. So yeah, I'm really hoping that I can get an idea of what this one looks like. It's up in Cedartown, Georgia. So I'm going to go and try to find that again and see if they've sent me any messages on it. We may write up and look at it tomorrow, and if so, I may go ahead and get it and bring it home. I can always put this other one up for sale. If it sells, it sells. If it don't, it don't. I like the other one. It's new, but I really like a bigger refrigerator. And this other one that I'm looking at has a full size, not a full size, but like an apartment size, a bigger refrigerator, where the little camper that I bought this year that I took to Arkansas and all, it has that little bitty refrigerator. And when I go, I like to carry tea and milk and, butter and stuff that you just use, in general. And so that's that's something. Now I'll tell you all about an incident. Wade and I we were going camping at the Gold Camp, guys. And I had invited her to go, and I had a lot of friends that were over there. And I had the horses with me, and we were in the horse trailer. And so I made a turn too sharp, and the wheel just broke off the axle. I mean, it just popped off. So there I was. So we jacked it up and stuck a piece of wood under there to keep the other axle from dropping down so bad. And got that sucker. We got it all the way to where we were going, and got a guy to work on it and all that. And after that, I put a new axle, put 2 new axles actually under the trailer. And later on gave those axles that were under there to a friend of mine, and he's used them ever since then. Even the one that they repaired said he's not had any problem and no wear and tear on his tires from it. So actually the guy did a really good job. I just didn't want to take a chance on me being off somewhere, because back then, see, I used to go to Texas and Louisiana and Florida and Mississippi and, Tennessee and Kentucky, just all over this southeastern states here with my horses and, riding and going on different trail rides and events, things, and not so much showing, just riding and having a good time. But so that was an experience for us back then, guys. But getting back to the holidays, are you guys expecting a crowd to come in, or are y'all going somewhere? Are you going to eat out, or what's up with y'all for the holidays? I know, Mr. Joe, you probably have an event that goes on with your church that you can eat with. But actually on the actual Christmas day, I don't know, it may be right lonely for you unless you have family there that you can eat with, which is sad, Wheat has her family. Her sister lives right there beside her. One of her sisters, she lives right beside now. And so that makes it really nice for her, because when she lived out there at the bus way back in the woods in Alabama, it was a long ways to get to family for her. So I know it's bound to be much. She's really blessed to be where she is now, guys. If you've not checked out her tiny home video, y'all check it out, because they did an excellent job fixing that thing up for her. And it's not really a tiny, tiny home. It's a 16 by 32 home. And it's just made out of a metal storage building. And did an excellent job out of it. Yeah. So anyway, so lots going on, lots of holiday wishes coming up. We've here in LaGrange, they found construction county workers, construction guys, EMC guys or whatever, found a partially decomposed body here this past week. So we don't know anything yet about who it could have been or whatever, anybody missing or whatever. They haven't been identified. So Joe said he has housemates. That's good. He celebrates holidays with. That's wonderful, Joe. I'm proud for you. Yeah, I hate to think about people being alone at the holidays, And I know, you don't have to cook. You can go somewhere and eat, but still it's not like having family and friends that really come up and spend time with you. And I know sometimes it's peaceful to be away from those people, but there are certain holidays that you really want to have family around. And it seems like that's one of them, or it is for us, This year, I'm going to be the all humbug. I think I'm just going to give money to all the kids for Christmas and let them pick out what they want. Or if I do anything extra, it'll be just maybe one little something that they can all open here at the house, just so they'll have something to open besides an envelope or a little box with money in it. Anyway, so that's one of the things that's going to be going on here, because especially, I can't just give money to Brandy's kids, but they don't really have room in their vehicles for gifts to carry back to Ohio, because they've got, they're having to pack clothes for summer here and then clothes for Ohio, because it'll be 3 weeks after they get to Ohio before they actually get their furniture. So anyway, it's always something, always something. But at least the military did find them a house. So thank God for that. On base. They've not lived on base in a while, but they have their house and they've leased it out. So they really did not want to go in debt and buy another house with this house still there. Even though the lease is covering the payments, you never know what people are going to do. So we're really hoping that it's an elderly couple that have grown children and only have one child still at home that's fixing to leave for college. So they're former military, and we're hoping that they will really take care of their home for them. Well, they hope so. And with it being just 3.5 hours away, it makes it good for them, because it's far enough away that they know when they're going to have company, because you make sure they're going to be at home. And people are not just popping in every 10 minutes on them. You know how that goes. You need a little bit of space between you and your immediate family sometimes. Anyway, but yeah, we've been dealing with that. And then the little decorations that I was telling you guys about, they're going to be, I just took some small limbs and sliced them, and then I'm putting things on them. I'll be showing y'all those maybe next week on the live. Let y'all see what you think about them. But we're hoping that will be some cute little decorations. I'm going to send them out to some of my subscribers that I have addresses for, and also other collaborators, other YouTubers that I know. Anyway, so maybe they'll have a country Christmas with this. Anyway, guys, we've been piddling around here. I did move a lot of my last pots out to the garden area, and I've got to get them inside the greenhouse. Not put them in yet, because I was hoping we would get some rain and they would get one good douching, because it's not rained here in so long. I've been having to hand water, and when you hand water and you're not giving them that full soak like you get when you get a steady rain that rains all night. They get that full soaking, plus the rain is much better. I try to catch rainwater for my plants, guys. So that is much better. Oh, Jerry says they'll see us later. It's getting late there. Yeah, Jerry, it is. So glad to have you in here, Jerry. Appreciate it. I'm congratulations on your 30,000. I'm so proud of you guys. Y'all take it easy and tell Miss Susan I said hey. And are you guys going to try to make it to Jan's meetup this coming year? She was talking about it the other night on her live, and talking about the 10 killer meetup and Mid-America. She's hoping that I think Mike and Terry are going to try to do the Mid-America this year. So we're going to have quite a few to do. I don't know if I'll get to make it to all of them, but I really hope so, guys. I am looking forward to it, seeing everybody again. I would like to try to make it to the Soil Expo over in Savannah, Georgia in April. Now, I think it's going to be the same weekend or right around the same weekend as the Texas Expo. So I don't know which one I'll end up at, but most likely I'll end up at the Soil Family Expo that they're putting on out there. So, haven't been to Savannah in a while, and Savannah's not but about a 4-hour drive or so from me, 4.5 hours, something like that. So anyway, I may just do that instead of going all the way to Texas, even though I would like to go to the to the expo that they're having in Texas. They say it's going to be really big this year. Anyway, but we've got a lot going on here. Joey's trying to get everything done up, getting ready for wintertime here. We're trying to get all the animals situated. Like I say, I've got to start putting them in the front paddock. It has that 1-by-1 square wire, almost blocks of wire on it that's 5 foot high, almost on the entire pen. And it has the 2x4 wire all over all the gates. So we're not too worried about anything getting in and bother them when they're in that front paddock. Of course, you know, the more animals we get, plus we're going to have sheep are going to be having babies in the middle of winter this year because unfortunately I've messed around and left the males with them too long. So I have no idea when the sheep will be having babies. So I guess after I see them start bagging up and they get really big bagged up, I'm going to have to start separating the moms from the rest of the crowd, the pregnant moms, very pregnant moms anyway, and putting them. I have 2 separate areas up here at the old horse barn that I can put them in. So that'll be an interesting event, guys. So I'm hoping that they don't have little tiny babies and them freeze this year. You know, we haven't had a real cold winter so far. It doesn't really get cold here in Georgia until right around the end of Christmas, the end of, you know, Christmas, New Year, the end of this month, we'll start getting some cold nights and maybe some frost. But getting really cold, we don't get real cold here. Now, we did a couple of years there and they got my olive trees, but you know how that goes. It's, you know, you just can't depend on the weather being cooperating all the time. That's just the way it goes. But we are sure hoping that we can get in there and get all those plants up and get everything ready. And I've got another layer of plastic over those from inside the greenhouse. So I'm hoping that I won't have to put any lights or anything out there to keep everything, you know, from freezing this year. But we're ready for it. I have blooms coming on one of my yellow angels trumpets, and the picture, I don't know if I posted it, but the picture is, I believe, is angel trumpets that's on here tonight. If it's not, it's Yorkie puppies that a friend of mine just sent me the picture of. She had a litter just born, and she went and bought 2 more. One's a female that carries the Merle's gene, or Merle female. I don't know if you guys know what a Merle Yorkie is, but it has a little blue Merle, blue spots on it. And they're really cute when they're like that. And if you get the females, they're usually small. But if you get a Merle boy, they are usually real big. And so anyway, she got her female. She's going to be breeding. And then she's wanting to keep some of them. And she may be using Casper for breeding also with her babies. So we will see what we end up with here, guys. Other than that, we are just piddling around here trying to get things done. I finally, you know, I messed around and tried to get my Wi-Fi booster out here at the barn. And it was in warranty. So I finally just reported it because I couldn't get any parts, couldn't get in touch with the people. And they just kept giving me the runaround. They'd say, call this number. Well, the number is, you know, no longer in service, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, those kind of messages. So the insurance, they reimbursed me a gift card for Amazon for the price of it. And then the company reached out to me and said, oh, we've got this, blah, blah, blah. And they sent it to me, saying they sent me a link to it and said, you can buy this from Amazon at this link, blah, 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 and it will work. And so I looked at it and I sent them back and I said, well, this is a 48 something volt. And it's the one that was on there was a 54 volt. And they sent me back and they said, if you look at your information that came with it, it will tell you that it can use up to, you know, down to a 48 volt. And this is, so I ordered this thing and it came in today. So hopefully we'll have Wi-Fi out in the yard and around about now before too long. So it's getting cooler. We'll be able to maybe do some videos out in the yard and maybe even a live or 2 out in the yard around the fire or something. So guys, it's getting, dang, we got about 5 or 6 minutes left. But want to tell all of y'all how much I appreciate y'all. And it's because of y'all that I've been able to start this YouTube journey. And if it weren't for y'all and, you know, everything that we would not be able to do this. And it's been so much fun so far. And Wheat says that her and Charlie are hoping that everyone has a good week, and she's looking forward to checking in with us again next week. Good. Yes, you tell Charlie I said, hey, tell him to be sweet to me next time he sees me. I might bring him something. Yeah, I give my babies a snack and put them in their room, and they didn't want to go in tonight. They done figured that stuff out. But I gave them a bigger snack, one of those bones with the peanut butter in the middle, so that they'd be quiet during this live. Because sometimes they'll sit in there and whine, like, you put me up and I can hear you in there talking. You know how they do. But anyway, guys, y'all be nice to people. We don't know what they're going through in life. You know, it's been a very devastating time in a lot of people's lives. And at Christmas time, you have so many people that get depressed and down and out. And, you know, it's just so many people that commit suicide nowadays. You know, I tell y'all what, if anybody ever tells y'all I committed suicide, y'all better start looking, because I tell y'all, I love this girl. I love me. And if somebody tells y'all I kill myself, somebody's done whacked me, I guarantee you. Because I love me way too much for that. I've been depressed before, but I ain't never been that depressed. Of course, you know, you don't know what people are going through. That's why I say, you know, let's try to be nice to people, because we don't know what they're going through, what kind of life stresses they have, you know, what kind of job stresses they have. Just it's a terrible thing what goes on out in the world this day and time. There's so many people. You can ride down the road and getting shot and not even be done anything wrong. You can't go to any outside events from people getting mad and shooting and cutting and whatever. It's just a sad world that we live in. We all need to have more peace in our minds and less hate in the world. But thank y'all all so much for coming and watching my channel and checking it out and seeing what goes on here on the farm and looking at everything that goes on, looking at my little blue-eyed Frank. I think he's going to make a good little daddy. He's cute as he can be. Like I say, he's starting to eat out of my fingers, so hopefully he will get not quite as tame as the other two, because they want to be brushed and loved on and petted and patted and everything else. But that's a good thing, you know, especially when they're having babies. If they have problems, they're small goats. So if they have problems, I want to be there and make sure that, you know, we can do something. That's what I do with my little Yorkies when I was breeding Yorkies, is I was always there. When they started having babies, I was right there, and I stayed there until it was all over, just to make sure that they didn't have any problems, and have pulled many a Yorker puppy. So guys, but anyway, thanks y'all so much for coming in, checking out my channel, being friends with me, looking at everything that goes on here. And we hope that y'all are all having a wonderful night, wonderful week. Y'all be ready for the holidays. Be nice to people. We love y'all, and we will talk to y'all later. I'm going to get on out of here. It's not going to be much longer now. Holidays are coming, and they're going to come whether we're ready or not. And I haven't even started my Christmas shopping. That's one reason I said I'm probably just going to give money this year.